Hey guys, what's going on? Going to do another video on Algo. I'm totally obsessed with this program at the moment, as you can probably tell from all the videos on it. So let's get started on this. I think today I want to talk a little bit about one of the extra add-on filters that you can put on for the Lux overlay indicator, which is what you're looking at right now. So it's basically just the buy signals in green, the sell signals in red with the little crosses as take profit. On here I have the reversal bands, which I've talked about a little bit before. There is rumour that these are just Bollinger Bands, but I haven't confirmed or denied that yet, so I'm okay though. It doesn't really matter too much to me. I'm not like, oh my god, they're charging me $30 a month and they're just putting Bollinger Bands, because that's just not the case. There's a lot of extra stuff on here, a lot of powerful customizable stuff, which makes it worthwhile to me, even if they are not like super transparent about what these particular regions are. It doesn't bother me that much, it's not a big deal. So we're looking at the futures here. So let's go to, actually we're not looking at the futures, we're looking at, let's go to SPY. So right here. So like I've been talking about in the previous videos, like this is a really good indicator. You can see a buy signal here, for example, on the 1 hour chart. Massive move up for several hours, many hours, and then a sell signal up here. You can see they're very reliable, short here, all the way down, cover here. Very reliable signals, really love them. I'm totally obsessed with them. I'm going to keep trading them like mad. Already did several trades, made quite a bit of money doing these, which is really fun. So what I wanted to talk about in this video though is what else to add to this. So we have the reversal bands, like I said, in green and red. We have the overlay signals, the sell signals and the buy signals. Technically these are strong buy signals with the plus sign. I don't pay much attention to that because it doesn't seem to matter too much to me. So what else can you add? Well, there's a huge list of stuff you can add here. So if we click on this indicator here, you get the Lux signals and overlays up here, you can see. And so you can choose from all these different filters basically and presets. I haven't really tried any of those yet, not too worried about it. You can see I have the reversal zones ticked right here. But what I want to do today is look at the trend catcher. So this is a very popular feature. I'm going to highlight it and add it to my charts here. This is a very popular feature of Lux Algo. It's something that a lot of people talk about. It seems to be one of the most popular parts of the whole system. But is it any good? Does it look like it'll work for people? What do I think about it is kind of the question here. So let's take a look at some examples. Let's look at this middle one first. Just randomly picking one. Zoom in here. So you can see this green line. That's the trend catcher. It's supposed to be more of a predictive signal, so it's not just indicating a trend apparently. It's supposed to be predicting a trend, right? So you can see it's green, price is going up, perfect. Then it turns to red right here. So this is where it's supposed to come into its own. So zoom in here. So you can see it turns red really before the price decreases, and it kind of stays red, a little bit green here. The idea is that you're supposed to be able to use this color change as a predictive price movement, indicator. And honestly, so far there's only a few cases I've found where it actually makes a huge difference. So in this case, for example, you can see that this candle right here already has a down arrow on it. So by the time this candle starts printing and this line turns red, you already know that the price is probably going to go down because you have the overlay sell signal. So to me, this is not super helpful right off the bat. It sounds good in practice, like in theory, but in practice, is it really that helpful? So we'll look at another example here. For example, this one. Let's look at like this one. I'm literally just picking these at random though. I'm not cherry picking anything, just kind of looking at things. So you can see here, the problem I have with this on the 1 hour time frame at least, is we have this green trend. So like sure, the trend chaser or it's not chaser, it's like supposed to predict it, is green. The problem is we've started to pull down in price already before it actually turns red. So we're kind of chasing. It's not really predicting the trend. It's waiting until the trend goes down. And in fact, the overlay classic premium signal is basically saying sell before we change to sell on this particular part of this indicator. So go back to here. It's this one, trend catcher. It's supposed to tell you before what it's going to be. And it really isn't. At least on the hourly time frame, it's still lagging significantly and is failing to impress me too much. Again, you can see here, the trend chaser, I keep calling it chaser. These things are annoying. Let me go back to here. Trend catcher. So there's trend tracer, and trend catcher. So we're trying to do the trend catcher. The problem is catching the trend, it's already started to move up, which is fine. It's just it's not a leading indicator. It's still lagging a bit, and actually you'd be better just entering on the conventional indicator system here rather than waiting for another couple of hours to get the change in the trend catcher right here. So again, it seems to be the story of this algorithm part of this. So far I'm not super impressed with the trend catcher part. You can see, okay, maybe here, but at the same time you get an overlay signal to the downside anyway. So far that doesn't really add a whole lot. Let's look at the shorter time frames. I think I caught a few that were like, okay, that kind of helped, that predicted. So if we look here, let's zoom in on this guy. See if we can try and organize charts here. Pull them down. So you can argue that this is actually catching the top with the trend catcher. So the green turns to red right at the top here. However, there's also a couple of major indicators, right? There's the take profit and hitting the reversal band here. So you could say, well, I'd probably call that as the top anyway. Then there's immediately, within a minute, a red sell signal right here. So yes, maybe the trend is changing from green to red here. That might help you. But really it isn't adding a whole lot on top of what you'd already know from what's going on with these signals up here. So I'm having a hard time here. For example, you actually get indicated to buy before the trend catcher changes from red to green. So to me, it's not adding a whole lot right now. At least maybe you guys know, like, if this works for you, just let me know in the comments below. But honestly, to me, at this point, it's not a helpful addition, which is really annoying because it's supposedly one of the most popular features and one of the things that Lux Algo is known for. But again, here you can see the buy signal happens before we change from a red to a green on the trend catcher. So not hugely helpful. Again, here we're still, even though this is changing on this candle, we're still lagging. Like, we didn't catch the top here for a short. Same here, like we're not catching the bottom or anything. So far, not super impressed with the trend catcher part, which again you can turn on with here, right here. Not to be confused with trend tracer, which is more of a following thing, or supposedly more following than the trend catcher. And so far, again, I feel like keeping it simple is the way to go here, as I explore this more and more. Really thinking reversal zones, a little bit of like order stuff, which I showed you in a previous video, and then something simple, like just keep things simple. Like, there's nothing to be gained from adding a million things, in my opinion. Sure, you can rule out some false signals and things, but really the trend catcher to me isn't adding anything. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys love it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.